Drew and Stu are on the air.
Ready? Right.
Whether you're fading with Drew or riding with Cam, this is the place to get your weekly NFL picks.
Everything you got, let's go.
They've really gone downhill, in my opinion.
Big time.
Okay, I'm ready to rock.
All right, coming down in 3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome to week 6 of the Drew and Stu podcast. I'm Drew Livingstone, that's Cam Stewart, and I am now a father of 2, Cam. Stressful last 5 days. It's just no sleep at all.
And the thing is, you're a good father, Drew. Like, you texted me, I was a little bit scared. You got to be worried about these newborns, but you know, that's the thing. Like, I told you this before. Like, you got to hit winners now. Like, and the thing is, you need extra money. Like, for the family, you got to bring it home the bacon, buddy. Like, 2 kids, a wife, whatever. I hope Steve's gets a new deal with an expensive steakhouse or something, because I'll tell you, you're going to be, honestly, you got to hit one of these 10-game parlays you put together. It's hard to get flush these days, Drew, when you're betting on the Saints. I can tell you that.
Yeah, Cam, luckily on his birthday, the day he was born on Thursday, I hit, I think, every single bet in that Atlanta-Tampa game. I mean, all the overs hit. Darnell Mooney over everything. The silver pick was my Atlanta Falcons pick, -1.5. So coming off of Thursday, I was very happy. I was very flush. The bankroll was flush. And coming after Sunday, I was like, and it's gone.
That's the whole thing. I'll just roll it over. I think that all the time. Like, wow, man, you did great here. And I'm like, oh, I'll just put some more money on golf, guys. And then I look at the end of the week and go, why didn't you just, like, put it in a mattress or something like that? You know what I mean? But it's ridiculous.
Cam, all I know is if Sean McDermott knew how to coach a football game, I would be still flush. It was just the throwing the ball 3 straight times with 30 seconds left and no timeouts. It just...
He's actually a bad coach a lot of the time. Like, I don't want to take shots at McDermott, but the thing is, like,
I wanted him fired last year.
Yeah, I know, that's the whole thing. Like, he gets away with it because he's a really, a wrestler, a tough guy. That's the whole thing about these coaches. Just because you're a guy you respect in the weight room or as like a guy around football doesn't mean you make good in-game decisions. And the fact that Houston got the ball back when they did and won, but there's a lot of things to talk about, Drew, and I'll tell you, but it was the best. We did a show, Gabe's on, like, super Bills fan, like, he goes, I don't even I'm immune to it now. He's like, the Bills will find new ways to lose all the time.
Well, how about Josh Allen getting clearly knocked unconscious and then coming back in the game 3 minutes later? I was like, that's super illegal. The team's probably going to get tampered with a draft pick. Yeah. They gave him smelling salts on the sideline because he was groggy. And he's like, hey, good to go now.
That's what we used to do in hocky back in the day, right? I'm half dead. Coach is like, are you okay? I can't really see. I'm seeing stars in like different colors, but you know what? I'm back, ready to go out there and get punched in the face again. But that's the old school way. We got to protect the brain because mine's been scrambled a few times. But it's amazing to me, Drew. You're like a Thursday night warrior. Like, you always do well with the Thursday night game. And then as the week progresses, it just kind of gets into the Monday nighter. It's like quicksand. We just get deeper and deeper.
On the show last Tuesday, I gave the Saints my bronze. They were one of your mineral picks as well. And once I saw they're down to their 4th string center that they signed on Saturday, I got off of that pick. But we didn't have a Thursday show for me to get rid of it. So I was like, I feel bad for anyone that tailed me on these picks because I didn't bet on the Saints last night. I stayed away from that game. I had Shaheed over. That was about it. But I was like, I feel bad. But like, I couldn't bet a team that had a 4-string center. Derek Carr was under duress the whole entire game, and his receivers can't catch the football. Cam.
Let's talk about quickly. I know we got to get to the games here, and we'll get to the Salah news. But like, that Seattle game, Drew. Like, I'm sitting there, like, the swings of money on that block kick. If Buddy goes down, every super teaser wins. Yep. Like, everything. Like, that's the whole thing. It just ends like that because.
Well, how about the illegal penalty? He pushed the long snapper down, so the guy could leap him. I think that's literally a 15-yard penalty.
I'm going to tell you. And not just that, it's like people, my old godfather, Brian Blessing, used to say water finds its level. Well, not for me. I'm on the Bengals and I'm watching these guys choke. I'm just like honest to God, Drew, like, that was BS. That was fucking bullshit. I'm going to tell you something. The fact that they lost that game outright, even worst case scenario, you lose by 3, you're up 10. Their defense can't stop anybody. That McPherson kicker is also, it's not his fault. That was actually a bad snap, hold, whatever, but he is a clown. This guy's the same guy that went out and watched a Super Bowl halftime show, talks a lot of shit. And here's the deal. This NFL, man, to me, it's like, I just got to be on the right side of like this movie script. Like, so many bad things happen in the last 2 minutes of games. Like, never, ever think you've won a bet unless your team's up like 40 points. Like, I've just seen too much like weird shit now. And one more tip for everybody. Just back to the Monday night game, Drew. I really think this is the way to go, even though I'm more of a, bet the game and, teaser to the under type thing. Oh, yeah, by the way, I lost a Saints teaser because of that fucking kicker. What's it, Groupie? Or Group, the guy I picked up in your league? Yep. Yeah, that loser with that extra point. Remember, it was 12.5. They lost by 13. Yep. I'm like, anyway, I did some good things. But, Drew, best bet I've ever made in my life. And I was going to, like, smash it, but I'm like, I don't know. Juju Smith-Schuster's receiving yards was 17 and a half yesterday.
I
His
know.
catches were 1.5 minus 180 or 2.5 plus money.
Cam, he was plus 850 to get 60 yards.
I know. Drew, do you that was my I did props in the game. Johnson for the Saints, over 18 and a half. 17. I'm telling you, the low-hanging fruit of like guys with 1.5 catches. Don't go for 105 rushing and receiving with Kamara. You look at the guys who might get catches. I remember back in the day, Gabe and I, we did it. Zay Jones, minus a half catch. His over-under was 5.5 yards.
I know.
Guy had 1 catch for 8 yards. We win the bet. Like, I'm telling people, like, backup tight ends and third and fourth receivers are the way to go, Drew. And you know this, and I just really think we need to hammer that home to people, because those are the ones that win.
Parlay. It was Kamara 25 yards receiving plus Hunt 50 yards rushing, and it was plus 200. I was like,
amazing.
Okay. I was like, all they do is check it down to Kamara, so I'll take 25 yards. And he had 40 at the end of the game, so that was pretty easy. But Cam, anything else that upset you this week? I mean, San Fran blowing it. Cam, dogs of 7 points or more are now, I think it's 8-2 outright on the season.
I should be doing even better, Drew, because I bet dogs, and I've been on some of them. But the problem is with your team, like, I put Seattle in a teaser, and even if I like the Giants plus the points, I'm like, how are you going to lose like that? And the thing that really pisses me off about, like, I got to be honest with you, this NFC West is, like, San Francisco looks awful. The Seahawks defense is shit. It's like Swiss cheese. The Rams are horrible. And the Cardinals have an offense and their defense reeks. So, like, I'm just looking like going, where's the defense in this division where it used to be? But that's the whole thing. These crazy, weird things that are happening. Do you understand? I think we talked about it on our show. It's the first time ever 2 pick sixes.
Yep.
Fumble and 2 block kicks for touchdowns. It was like the weirdest week for like crazy plays and stuff, but we got to move forward. It wasn't even that bad of a week, Drew. It was the way I lost and the money swings. Like, because you're like, oh, this is a lock. And as I say, like, I was even thinking it. Never think you got it made, because you don't.
Yeah, I was furious at that Bills game, just because I had so many things riding on that. And yeah, as usual, Bills let me down. I shouldn't have been.
Know what it is, Drew? It's funny. Me and you are gluttons for punishment. Like, the Seahawks and the Bills, like, are kind of like, even though the Bills are a better team, the Seahawks are that team too. Every game they should fucking win. They find a way to screw it up. Then when you don't like them, or, oh yeah, whatever, then they'll show up in a game. Like, it's just, they never do what they're supposed to do against shit teams. That's when you bet against them.
Usually they beat shit teams. It's the good ones that they always lose.
Back in the day, though, they used to have the 12th man. And I've been a fan since I was like 5-6 years old. In the Sean Alexander days, we used to beat teams at home like by like 30, 35, 42. Like, we'd fucking murder teams. And it was a real advantage. I'm telling you, this 12th man shit doesn't exist anymore, buddy. It doesn't exist. I'm telling you, they don't at home. I like to take them better on the road, even though they didn't cover against Detroit. The offense looked great. And then I'm watching them against the Giants with nobody. And fourth string receivers are going off of the defense. And then I'm like, oh, and you know what? Geno was the only guy that played great in that game. Like, Geno Smith was amazing in that game.
Can you get Charbonnet off the goddamn field? Why is Walker not on the field?
I don't understand why McIntosh isn't the backup back. He's amazing. The guy ran
every time they're giving Charbonnet the ball. I'm getting mad. I'm like, why is he getting the ball? 2 yards.
Walker's
2 yards.
Wicked. Anyway, Charbonnet, you know what Charbonnet's good for? Look, tell him how to block, because he's not a breakaway back. He's a power back. He's more like Charbonnet's like a fullback.
Bring him on third down. It's fine. Or as a lead blocker, whatever. But Cam, Robert Salah now out in New York. Shocking decision. It looked like Nathaniel Hackett was going to get fired, but now all of a sudden the owner decided. Woody Johnson was like,
the owner? No, Drew, back it up. Aaron Rodgers, player-coach, Reg Dunlop from Slapshot. Answers? And people ripping us in the chat. Did you enjoy that game in Minnesota when he looked
all
like
the comments.
Drew?
You guys hate on Aaron Rodgers too much, blah, blah, blah.
No, we don't.
Shit again? Again.
Yeah. Know what it is? I looked at Aaron Rodgers like crawling on the turf the way Drew does when his kids are throwing Legos at him. And he's like, honey, my back. I couldn't sleep last night. Fuck. Being a dad sucks. He aged 20 years. Dude, this guy went from like a guy that could move. Like, every time he gets hit, I think he's dead. We talked about this. The guy, you get older. Football is a young man's game. You can't take hits like that anymore. Like,
Garrett Wilson had 22 targets. That's not a way to win. Like, I'm just going to throw it to one guy over and over. Yeah, he had 11 or 13 catches, I think it was. But
Wilson was so open on that play, on that double fake. Like, come on, Rodgers, hit him. Like, that's another thing. He's missing. Sorry, chat. Like, you guys can say, I'm not saying Aaron Rodgers is bad. He's going to get better. But the problem is, we talked about this from the start, and you guys got to agree with us. I don't care if you're an old guy. You don't know the players. You have to go to camp to get chemistry. This thing can't start at like week 8 or 9. I'm not saying they're dead, but Like they could beat the Bills for God's sakes. But I'm saying if you went to camp and did a little work, maybe you might have chemistry with some of these guys instead of figuring it out when the season starts.
Yeah, I don't think Salah was a good coach. Don't get me wrong.
Salah's an idiot. But Aaron Rodgers runs the team because Hackett still has a job. Like, if you guys don't think Aaron Rodgers is running the show, like, you're not paying attention.
I honestly think Woody Johnson sat down with Rodgers and was like, listen, someone's got to go. It's either Hackett or Salah. Who you want to keep? And he was like, you know what?
Obviously Hackett.
Keep Nate.
Yeah, no, Drew, that is not far-fetched. That's exactly, I'm predicting the way it went down. Like, they gave him, this is the thing. The Jets are going to draft a quarterback next year. If you're the Jets, just go and get fucking Devontae Adams now. Who cares? Like, general manager, everybody, you're all going to be done anyway. Might as well put all your chips in because you're going to have to rebuild. First, it was Wilson's fault. Oh, this guy sucks. Simeon sucks. Everybody sucks. You know what? Wilson wasn't that damn bad. They won games with that guy. Oh, he's a piece of shit. His mother's a MILF. Whatever, man. It's the same crap.
He was sleeping with moms. That's what it was.
Sorry. I thought his mom was like a real cougar, too.
Weeks 1 to 5, the Jets scored the exact same amount of points this year as they have last season. So Aaron Rodgers has not improved the offense whatsoever.
Nope.
But we may like them this week. We'll find out. Thursday Night Football Cam. San Francisco 49ers going to Seattle to take on your Seahawks. Seahawks 12th man at home. Underdogs. Cam loves home dogs. Does he love the Seattle Seahawks going against the 49ers coming off that big upset against the Cardinals? Cam, I don't know. It's a tough spot for me to take Seattle.
I agree. I think I'll take San Francisco. I'm going to tease Seattle because I'm a fan, but San Francisco's probably going to win this game. You know what I like more than anything, Drew? The over. Everybody's talking about these unders on Thursday. Seattle's defense can't stop a nosebleed. And San Francisco, they've been giving up yards too. 47.5, you're like, this has got 10, 17, 16 written all over it. I disagree. I think San Francisco wins 31-27. Just covers the number. I like the over. And
I love this game. As you know, I know a lot of Seattle fans are like, Drew, you hate on Geno too much. I know Geno's been great. I'm sorry. I don't
admit it. Geno's been their best. Geno has been their best player. It's fact.
I agree with that.
And he gets the line sucks. He has to run for his life all the time. He puts balls on the number to guys.
Their defense can't stop a nosebleed. And San Fran coming off a loss is going to be now angry coming into the game.
I agree.
Shanahan, short week. You have a short week to prepare for the San Fran offense. That's a tough spot. I think San Fran can win this game by 13 plus. I think they're going to be throwing and moving the ball all over them. And I just don't know if Geno and those guys can keep up with San Fran when they score 30 points. It's just...
Well, just score 26 or whatever the hell it is for my teaser because I'm teasing Seattle to the over, and I like the
34-24. We're both happy.
Yeah.
I'm
not. I'd like Seattle to win, but I'm also a realist. This is a bad. Fine. San Francisco is going to be raging coming into this game.
Yeah, below 500, Cam. No one would have thought that at this point coming into the year. There's really been no team where I'm like, wow, that team's so good. Besides the Chiefs, obviously.
Washington's been playing great, but we'll see this week.
Yeah, but I'm not like, oh wow, they're a Super Bowl contender. I still need to see it before I believe it.
The thing about the Chiefs, they haven't really they're winning games, but they don't usually cover. Last night the Saints killed themselves. Olave changed that whole damn game. I got to be honest with you. I don't know. Gabe was telling me stories about our late night show. The guy, he might be a problem in the locker room. I don't know about these stories. A lot of Ohio State guys are divas, but I'm going to say this. There's a problem there. Carr made some mistakes early. The interception was stupid, but other than that, the guy kind of battled and grinded. The offside play, New Orleans should have, they were in
even
that game.
Fourth down where he got hit, Cam, that was a perfect ball, and his receiver just dropped
it. I know. And the thing is, look at the defensive play the guy made with it, picking out of the air like a loaf of bread and running. The Chiefs didn't even, you tell me they scored that many points, you're thinking the Saints cover.
All right, yes. Let's get off the Chiefs. Okay. All they do is win games. It's just that's the way it is. Mahomes playing bad and they're still winning. It doesn't matter. Yeah. All right, so we're both on the San Francisco 49ers. Moving on, the Jacksonville Jaguars in their second home in London, England, taking on the Chicago Bears. The Bears -2 favorites at home, quotations home. Cam, we were both on the Jags last week. We liked them as cats. I like them as dogs here, Cam. I think they can beat Chicago in their second home. And this is a tough spot for Caleb Williams, a rookie quarterback, to go across the pond, take on the Jags in their second home where they have fans. I just think the Jags should be favored here. I think the line is wrong.
You know what, Drew? I was going to change to Chicago in this game. I've been back and forth. They did a video for another company. I picked the Jags. I'm going to stick to it. But my head's spinning in this game. I'm like Chicago's, their defense. And I'm thinking Jacksonville. Indianapolis almost came back with Joe Flacco in that game, buddy. But you know what? Jacksonville's used to this trip. This is a huge game for them, too. If they win, they can kind of get back on track. I'm with you. Give me the Jags plus 2.5. But their defense needs to step up and put Williams on his ass, and they're going to have to at least have 1 or 2 turnovers in this game. They have to.
Yeah, I mean,
They
it's
got to
just a
get the
tough
ball.
spot. It's a tough spot for me to take Caleb Williams. Like, they played the Panthers last week. Yeah, they looked impressive, but it was the Panthers defense. So yeah, I mean, the Jags defense hasn't been great either, but they almost beat Houston 2 weeks ago. And I think Houston's better than Chicago. So there's that. We're in agreement again, Cam. Back-to-back games. Now, this one, I don't know if we'll agree.
You start.
Baltimore hosting the Washington Commanders. Jaden Daniels, one of the MVP favorites now as a rookie, 4-1, going to Baltimore to take on the 3-2 Ravens. Ravens at home, coming off that big comeback overtime win over the Bengals, 6.5-point favorites. That's a big spread. This is telling me Vegas does not believe in the Commanders, Cam. Do you?
Thought you were going to start.
I can start it. I'm taking the Ravens. I don't believe in the Commanders just yet. I think it's a tough road spot to go into Baltimore and try and win against the Ravens here. Daniels, Lamar, similar style quarterbacks. Daniels has been probably the most efficient quarterback in the league, though, when it comes to completion percentage and just scoring drives. I just think it's a real tough spot, Cam, and I think they're due for like that blowout rookie mistake like filled game, and I think this is it.
It could be. I'm going to take Washington right now. Buyer beware. This could be changed on the Thursday show, Drew. I think we're doing a show this Thursday, correct?
Yep.
Everything cool with the kids? Okay, we'll do. So, guys, we say this all the time, but please tune in on Thursday. We have a couple changes. Drew will have put some wicked prop bets together. We nailed the props in the Kansas City-New Orleans game. Even though we were on the Saints, we hit like every prop. So, anyway, other than that, Drew, I'm taking Washington. I believe in this team. I believe in Daniels. He's ready for the NFL. The team is buying in. Their defense has shockingly been better, which is wild. And their offensive line, which is supposed to be a weakness, has been a strength. Sometimes football, it's just about camaraderie and liking the people you're around. And Dan Quinn rallying the troops. Washington is in a good headspace. There's no divas on the team. They're just a bunch of grinders. But this could be the biggest public dog of the week. I'm already seeing people on Washington. I'm going to take them. I'm going to ride the public dog. But, Drew, do not be surprised if things change with me on this game. But I love underdogs, so give me Washington. But
it's just,
Baltimore could beat them.
To me,
by
if
10.
Vegas and the viewers all like actually believed in Washington, this line would be -3.5. Like 6.5 is a ridiculous line. This is like saying, bet the Commanders, bet the Commanders, bet the Commanders. And I'm just right. You know what? I'm not falling for it. Commanders should cover this number, Cam, if they're 4-1, if they're for real. I'm just not falling for Vegas's traps anymore. I don't care. So
I don't know. And you've been doing good at avoiding them. Like, remember, people used to laugh at me and stuff. Other than my addiction to
Carolina,
to Carolina, and we'll anyway. Well, I like a game show. I think I should like have like a free pass or like walk away when we do that game. Honest to God, like. And anyway, we'll talk. This is the game. Baltimore's starting to figure it out. Raven fan, who we got at you. Hey. You're not a perfect team. You're flawed, but what Lamar Jackson did in that game against Cincinnati, some of the plays he made.
Oh, that one play when he dropped the ball and stiff-armed the guy and touchdown, that was sick.
And he's such a grinder, and Henry with that big run, like Cincinnati fucked that game up, but Baltimore, hey, that's what happens. You got to finish games, and you're right, Drew. This could be like a rude awakening for Washington, but I believe in this team and their chemistry. I think Baltimore probably wins by like right around the number, like 3-6, but I'm getting 6.5. But this could be a trap on the dog.
All right, where do you think mystery tiebreaker man?
Baltimore. He's going to go with Baltimore.
Incorrect on Washington.
Yeah, because he's like the public. He like more bets on Washington.
You should have known that.
Damn commies. Yeah, I should know it. See, Drew, I'm so rattled, like shaving my eyebrows and bleeding and all the other things that I do. I
had a newborn. It sounds like you had a more stressful weekend.
Yeah, I bought this thing. It was like $6. First of all, I hit my head like I was pulling my blinds down, and the thing went fast. And I let.
You gotta say what the thing was. Like you just said, you bought a thing. That could be anything.
It's called a styptic pencil. They're basically like it looks like a piece of chalk from the old days, and you wet it, and there's a tip, and it makes cuts stop bleeding. Because jelly kind of like it'll.
What do you need a cut man in the corner? Like what are you doing to yourself?
I wish I hired Stitch. I know the guy. Remember Stitch? He's in those movies that me and Gabe like. We actually know Stitch. Great guy. He like no Drew. I pulled down the blinds because it's like, hey, I want some fresh air in the house. I leaned over like whatever, adjusting the screen. The thing came down right on my head. Blood ever say that it's really healed, but it was like bleeding, like arrested. Because you know me, like I bleed. And then
you're in your house and your girlfriend comes down the corner. She's like, "What the fuck happened?" You're like, "The blinds did it." Yeah, no. I wake up, Drew. Like I'm like, wow, there's a gashing cut on my leg, a bruise, like. I don't even know what happens in the night. There's almost like a leprechaun. Are you that guy that wakes up with blood on your sheets and you're like, I don't know what the hell that's from?
Yes. It's like there's a leprechaun in my bed and he's like giving me little razor blades while I'm like sleeping with my sleep mask. And I have a sleep mask on. And that thing wraps around your neck. I got to believe, like, I almost feel like sleeping to me is the opposite of relax. It's torture. I wake up and I'm like, I'm bleeding. My eyebrow hair.
You're like Bane from Batman, just like, oh, what's going on?
Dude, I'm like a wrestler. Like I wake up and because it's diabetes shit. It's like blood thinners. Like the worst is you can't stop bleeding. I told you, like once I bleed, it's like towels.
You gotta like Vaseline it and like.
That's what I'm saying. I got a styptic pencil. It's like I'll show you this thing later. It's literally a piece of chalk that looks like an arrowhead, and you just go, and it actually works. And then it dries, and you look like kind of a mummy because it goes all white. Anyway. Let's get back to the games. Washington for me, and Bagman. I should have known Bagman liked the public dog. That's a bad move by me.
New England hosting the Houston Texans. 70% of the public are on the Texans. Texans 7-point road favorites coming off their win over the Bills.
I don't know if I want to lay that.
The total is 37.5. Cam, the Patriots lost to the Dolphins. Luckily, I was on the Dolphin side. You were on New England. That catch at the end by Polk, it was so close to being in. They were so close to taking that win.
I actually switched to the Dolphins in real life, but nobody knows that because one of my guys on our show, we did the contest and we all bet each other's picks. So he had the Dolphins. But yeah, close game.
So New England Cam +7. You can start this one. Do you believe in Foxborough? Drake May looking like he's in line to start.
Nah,
do you believe in them to cover?
I'll take Houston.
Yeah, just blind Houston.
I got to be on. No, but I'm not happy about it. Like that, Fairbairn's been amazing. That kick was so nutted against the Bills. Even though the Bills screwed it up, he had to deliver a 59-yarder. New England makes it interesting. They kind of linger in games, but that's against bad teams. I don't like the fact that Nico Collins got jammed up and hurt last game. He's my fantasy receiver.
He's likely going to miss too.
But you know what? That opens things up for Tank Dell and some other guys. Maybe you'll get is Dalton Schultz going to get some balls or what's the deal here? Who else is getting more balls? Who's the guy now?
Well, it's going to be Tank Dell for sure.
Diggs better Diggs. I see Diggs give Allen cut eye there in that photo. It's like, geez, relax, bro.
He's acting yeah, whatever. Anyways, so get off.
I just don't understand the guy. Allen did nothing to you. He forced the ball to you. Anyway, I don't want to get into it. Give me Houston.
Cam, I'm on the Patriots. I think this could be a letdown spot for Houston where they just sleepwalk through the game. They get the win.
Can I switch my pick?
Ugly 17-13. You know what I mean? New England covering. That's a lot of points for a home dog, Cam, and we've seen home dogs of 7 or more points have won 8 out of the 10 games this season so far.
I want New England.
I'm going to take +7 with the Patriots.
You just sold me. Great job on your door-to-door sales pitch, Drew. I'm buying again. I've come into some prop monies. I can't lay 7 with Houston. It's not in my DNA. It's a weird spot. Yeah, I know but New England. This is the problem. It's going to be right around the number. They're going to be maybe close game, and May might throw a pick 6 and lose by 8.
Yes.
It's going to be very, very close. Houston, don't you think? Winning margin 6-10 or whatever the hell it's going to be. I think it's going to be a very close game.
Oh yeah, I could see it around the number 24-17 or 17-10. Yeah. But I got to take the +7 at home here, and it might grow to +7.5 with all the people betting on Houston. So I think if you like New England like us, you wait because I think this number could get to 7.5, and you get the hook, then it's much better. All right, Cam. Cleveland going to Philadelphia to take on the Eagles. Eagles -8.5 at home, coming off a bye, going against Deshaun Watson, the gang that got absolutely destroyed by the Commanders. They couldn't get nothing right. Cam, I'm starting to think Deshaun Watson's receivers hate him because it was 4 blatant drops in their buckets. Judy in the end zone hit him in the hands. He just dropped it. And they're like, oh, Deshaun Watson's got to throw it nice and easier into him. I'm like, what are you talking about? Hit him in the chest. I know everyone's against Watson. He sucks. But at a certain point, the receivers got to do your quarterback some favors.
I agree.
8.5, a lot of points. Nick Chubb could be back. If Chubb is back, I might bet the Browns to just cover this.
I have a theory. Want to hear the hottest take ever?
Sure.
Deshaun Watson's going to come into this game, do really bad early, and Jameis Winston's going to see action in this game. Give me Cleveland +8.5. And I'll tell you, for people that don't know, this guy led the league in passing once year. I think the players are asking for it now.
Touchdowns, yeah.
I get it. Who cares about money right now at this point, Cleveland? You have to save your fucking season. It doesn't matter. Who cares? You have to pay the man regardless. So how about you win games? Stefanski, you've been horrible. Schwartz, I gave you credit. Your defense is falling apart. This is the week to get it right. I think Cleveland might struggle out of the gate, and then all of a sudden just make a move, get a spark, and that back door exists. Give me the Cleveland Browns +8.5. I might need it.
If Nick Chubb
I need help.
If Nick Chubb is playing, I'll be pivoting to the Browns because I think they can run on the Eagles. The Eagles' run defense hasn't been great. But A.J. Brown's back now.
I know.
Off of a bye. They've had 2 weeks to prepare for this offense. I just think the Eagles might come
out. What about
Devonta
Smith? How many guys? Are they all coming back?
No, I don't know if Smith will be back. He might be. It's concussion, so I don't. There's no confirmation.
That means he will be back. He's already waited a week or two. He's got to be back.
I expect him back. So I think they'll have their full arsenal. Off of a bye, I think the Eagles put on a 40-point show here, and I think they smoked the Browns, and that's when Stefanski could be fired, Watson could be benched. This could be bad news bears for the Browns this week, so I'm going to go with the Eagles -8.
I don't care if they do all that shit. Just cover 8.5 and then do it.
All right, where do you think mystery tiebreaker man is on this one?
Philly.
Correct. Back on the winning side.
Should have known the first game. My head was spinning. The hamster
right.
fell off the wheel.
The Tennessee Titans hosting the Indianapolis Colts. It looks like Anthony Richardson should be back, but who knows?
I couldn't care less. Tennessee,
Flacco
please.
looks good.
Tennessee.
Tennessee off of a bye. I like them as well, Cam. Their defense having 2 weeks to prepare for this divisional game. Give me the home dog, Cam, in Nashville with this defense. Yeah, I think I'm just blind taking the Titans in this spot, right?
I love the fact that the line's gone to Tennessee -1 to +1 too.
Yep, people are betting the Colts because they believe in Flacco.
Bet the Colts, like honest to God, like Tennessee. We've seen this. Like they should have beat the Bears. Like, God, I really wish Rudolph was playing. It's gonna be. Is it gonna be mayonnaise?
It's gonna be
Levis in.
Yeah.
See his Hellman's commercials. I thought it was Duke's Mayo, but it's Hellman's because he lives in the South. Duke's is a very predominant mayo in Tennessee and South. Anyway, they sponsor.
I don't think the Colts defense has enough to pick them off.
They don't.
The way other teams
Tennessee.
Do. So, yeah, Tennessee. I think Titans win this.
I think Tennessee's this is one of my favorite picks this week. It's crazy.
Yeah, they're always in my minerals, though, Cam, and they're the one that lets us down. So
just don't worry, Drew. You have to get you got to stick with the plan. They look good against Miami. I get it. Maybe they could just turn things around. The bye week, maybe more plans. Like if Levis can just stop like having a mental lapse, like I do a lot of the time.
Will Levis is like your cuts on your face to me, like to my body. Just like cut. I need that pen to like bench Levis, like every time. Like just
you're right. You need to like money. Secure, stop the bleeding. That's what we need to do. Like you know what? Just Will. All you got to do.
Don't turn it over.
Not there. That's the thing. Don't do a shovel pass to a fucking defender. Take the damn field goal. Like if you can't, throw it away like Mahomes does.
Take the sack.
Yes. No. Take the sack inside the 20. Not too late to get us out of field goal range.
No,
so
yeah.
Like be smart. And that's what he does too. Like when you can't take a sack, he takes a sack. Just figure out the game situation. We'll be fine. Tennessee can, if they literally like play a game where they don't make a million mistakes.
Cam,
like
if
Dallas.
They throw the ball 0 times, they win this football game.
I kind of agree. Pollard's been. I told you I like this.
And Jonte Spears. Spears is good
I
too.
like Spears a lot too.
Just don't throw the ball. Just only run the football and you win this
throw
game.
the ball, but under 16 times. Like don't throw the ball 25 times. Like
and then just hit them with a play action every now and then.
Yes. You got it.
All right, Cam, we're both from Tennessee. Green Bay Packers hosting the Arizona Cardinals. Arizona coming off their big upset over San Fran. Still 6-point underdogs on the road in Green Bay. Jordan Love almost blew it against the Rams, Cam. Stafford almost had that comeback drive at the end. I would have been happy because I was on the Rams' money line. But they just didn't have enough weapons in the Rams' offense to cover it. Cam, Green Bay, can they cover 5 points at home against Arizona?
Thought you said 6, but it's 5, right?
It's 5, yeah.
I'll take Arizona here. They're one of these weird teams that people are like, oh, now they're going on the road. I think this is good, playing at Lambeau. Kyler Murray's been fine. It's the defense. That's what I'm worried about. All they need is a couple breaks in this game. Let's remember, too, San Francisco blocked the kick and took it back. So Arizona actually played really, really well early couple plays, and in the second half, they dominated. Give me cheap. Is that 5? Cheap. 5 cheaps or chirps, birds.
Cam, what Cardinals are we going to get? Are we going to get the
I don't know. Just take
Green
Bay then if you don't want to take the Cardinals.
I'm going to take the Packers because I just think Cardinals are that team that goes like, hey, we're good. Oh, we're shit. Hey, we're good. And last week was their good week. Now they're going to be shit again. So give me the Packers.
You're going to change this pick on Thursday, and we're going to ride these birds together, even though they're divisional rival of Seattle.
I'm not riding these birds.
Fair enough.
Their defense is too bad, Cam, and the Packers have way too many weapons to take advantage of this. I don't see how do the Cardinals stop
this game's got problems written all over. It's one of these games I'm looking at going, Green Bay. I think this game Green Bay wins, but by literally it's going to be a grind. I think they win by 4. I think it's good. Very good. I got to give the bookmakers credit. These are good numbers. Where
do you think mystery tiebreaker man is on this one?
I think he's on the Packers.
Correct. All right, 2-1.
I would have been 3-0 if I actually thought about the Washington one because they're public.
Get over it. It's over. It's in the past.
Yeah, I know.
The Saints, Cam, your New Orleans Saints, hosting the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They're not your New Orleans Saints. We both hate Dennis Allen. Carr likely going to miss, it looks like. He injured his old
I like Hainer. Their backup's wicked.
No. No.
What?
Cam, stop liking backups. Hainer sucks.
Hainer sucks?
Yes.
Did you watch that guy at the end of the game play his ass off and these guys are dropping balls?
He missed 2 straight checkdowns.
He's good at Fresno State. Oh, I'm sticking to my backup quarterback shit.
Fresno
he sucks.
Let's be serious, Cam.
You be serious. Give fucking Hainer a chance. He hasn't even played a game. He's playing in garbage time in his first game. Dude, at Arrowhead. If
it was Spencer Rattler, I'd like them.
What?
He's better than
Rattler's gone, buddy. He's not. He's hurt.
I know. I'm just saying. If it was him, I would like
Jake
him better.
Hayner's fine.
All right. Well, I'm taking Tampa Bay.
I'm taking Tampa Bay too, but just don't rip the quarterback. Give me Tampa Bay minus.
How are you going to argue with me about the quarterback?
Because I think Hayner's fine. I just think Baker Mayfield is a big game for Tampa Bay, so I'll take Tampa Bay. This game could be switched too, out of spite to you, Drew. I know you're a new father now, but I don't like. Everyone's like, "Oh, Cam supports backup quarterbacks." Well, a lot of them have been pretty good.
I'm all for the backup quarterbacks, but Hayner's not good, Cam. Like this is.
Hayner was good in college, and no, come on, Drew. I just want to say one thing. Both of us are right and wrong here. We have not had a lot of time to assess. This is what another thing. Like, we need a little bit of time to assess him. The guy came in a game after Carr got hurt against the best team in the NFL on the road. What the fuck do you want from him?
I just want to see him hit some checkdowns. Just hit some checkdowns.
Anyway, give me Tampa Bay. I'm going to switch this pick to spite Drew.
All right. This might be my minerals because I think once Carr is officially ruled out, this is going to move to like -6.5 for Tampa. So while it's -3, I really like it because I think the line is going to move. Moving on, the Pittsburgh Steelers going to Vegas to take on the Raiders. The Raiders, Cam, they're just not a good team since the Devontae drama. The Broncos beat them outright. Steelers -3 on the road, coming off their disappointing performance against the Dallas Cowboys. We both called it. We were on the Cowboys. I think the Steelers, this is a good spot for them, Cam. Aiden O'Connell's probably starting for the Raiders. Can we agree Aiden O'Connell's not a good quarterback?
Yes, we can.
Okay. There you go.
See, I don't think it's whatever. Aiden O'Connell at least has had games to start and whatever, and the assessment so far is he's not ready for the NFL as a starter. He is a backup for a reason. Maybe he could be a third stringer, not even a second stringer. Give me the steel curtain too. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, these drunk Pittsburgh Steeler fans, this is probably their vacation package of the year. Come down to Vegas for 4 days, watch it. Like, that place is going to be 80% Steeler fan. Give me damn Pittsburgh -3 before it goes up. But you know what? I hope it's not a trap because everyone will bet Pittsburgh.
Yeah, 72% of the public is on the Steelers right now, Cam, which is not good. But at the same time, how do the Raiders score on this team? Especially if Devontae Adams isn't playing again because they're holding him out because of the trade coming. Like, who are you worried about here? Tucker? Like, Jacoby
Devontae Adams, no, actually what team needs him, and we'll do this, and again, we're here to make picks, the Bills.
Oh, 100%. But they're not going to get him because they're not going to pay the price. I think the Bills are more likely to get Amari Cooper or Deontay Johnson.
You know what? Both are good options.
Yes, definitely better than Matt Collins and his bare feet running routes. But anyways, this isn't the Bills game. We're both on the Steelers -3. I think they win this game easily. This might be my minerals as well. Cam, the LA Chargers coming off a bye, going to Denver to take on the Broncos. The public is on the Broncos side. Chargers are road favorites, -3. Herbert now fully healthy. Looks like his sprain is gone, according to Harbaugh. I like the Chargers here, Cam, coming off the bye. I think Sean Payton lays an egg here. I know people love Bo Nix and what they're seeing from the Broncos. I think this is a spot where they lay an egg, and I think the Chargers win this game. And it's 3 points, which is essentially a pick 'em for me. So give me the Chargers.
I like Denver in the spot. I think the defense is playing well. Wish I got the hook at 3.5. I think it's going to be very close to the number again. Very good line. You'll get two-sided action here is the consensus, like basically 46-54. That's very close. On Denver's side, not as much of a public dog as Washington. Give me the Broncos. I like what I see right now, and I think Bo Nix is starting to figure it out. And Denver at home, it's a tough place to play. Denver, if they lose this game, I think it's between 1 and 3, so I'll take the 3-point dog, please.
All right, where do you think Mystery Tiebreaker Man is on this one?
I think he likes high voltage.
Incorrect on the Broncos, Cam. I thought you knew. He's like Johnny Public, and you even said it yourself that the public was on the Broncos, and
that was just a bad guess. Next.
I don't know. He's rusty today, apparently.
What, 3 and 2's rusty?
You're like 10 and 1, so yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't know what this guy's fucking thinking.
All right, Detroit Lions going to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. Road favorites, -3.5. 53% of the public is on the Lions, Cam. Detroit coming off a bye. Dan Campbell's had 2 weeks to prepare for this. Dallas Cowboys, big win. I absolutely love the Lions in this spot, Cam. I think the Dallas defense is not great. They have so many injuries. And the way you beat them, I've said it before, I'll say it again, the Steelers didn't have the team to take advantage of Dallas' defense, which is like weak against the pass. Yes, they're weak against the run, but they're also very weak against the pass besides Diggs. Well, I don't even think he's a good corner. People are arguing in the comments. I don't think he's a good corner. I watch him blow coverage so many times. He's like 80th ranked PFF corner. I know people hate PFF, but get over it. Give me the Detroit Lions to absolutely destroy the Dallas Cowboys, Cam. I think they win this game by 20 plus. Sorry, Cowboys fans. I think this is an absolute destroying. I
had a great buddy who's a Cowboys fan who thought they were going to get murdered by Pittsburgh, and that's good. When he said that, I kind of like that because he was very real with his team. But I was thinking those backups played well. But you're right. against Justin, like Fields can't see the whole field.
No.
You can't do this is a totally different Detroit team. And if Dan Campbell, if you don't screw this up, you should be winning this game by 10 points. Give me the Detroit. I guess the Cats are back with Detroit.
Yeah, your cat parlay didn't work last week. Just the Jags.
Well, I'm going back to it again, but don't tell anybody. I just told you.
All right, a little hint for the minerals. Atlanta going to Carolina.
Pass.
The Panthers. Carolina Panthers 6-point home dogs. Cam, divisional game. 6 points is a lot of points for a divisional game, but 76% of the public is on Atlanta. 10 days to prepare for the Panthers, Cam. That's the only reason I'm going on Atlanta, because teams coming off of 10 days.
Carolina will win this game outright.
What? Cam.
You heard me. Put this in the loop. Carolina will either lose on a last-second play or win this game outright. Give me 6 points with the worst team in football. I was wrong against the Bears. Things fucked up. They also did some really stupid shit. They put Bryce Young back. Everyone's like, yay, Bryce Young's back. How'd that work out? The guy was 100 times worse than Dalton. So relax, everybody. Give me Carolina if Dalton starts.
Cam, I need to send you like a drug test. So like, it's going to say,
I'll
always bet the Panthers.
Is there a drug test at work? No, I need the Whizzinator. Michael Vick. You know they used to do like this, the switching the pee bag in the microwave. You can't do it too hot. Not too hot. Anyway, drug test. I fail. Give me the Panthers +6. I need help.
You're like, it's like that drug you can't get away from. It's just like,
the thing is, the minute I get off it and I go to rehab, that's when things start to go well for you know what I mean? It's like, hey,
That's
like,
what you think, and then they keep losing. You're supposed to ride the wave, Cam. You're not supposed to keep going against the wave over and over.
They're 1-4 ATS. They're due for an ATS cover. Carolina, please, don't try to switch my pick. Bagman is on Atlanta. Put that fact.
Yeah, correct.
That guy's not taking Carolina. Like, I wish I was like a pick that said $1 million. I'd even let there be real bullets, because I know that guy's taking Atlanta. Done.
Real bullets, and then you have to get that stitching thing to seal the bullet wound, whatever it's called.
The styptic pencil?
Yeah, styptic pencil.
Yeah, it looks like chalk. Yeah, see, look it up. It's a great tool, actually. Drew, you should get one. They're literally, I bought one on Amazon for like $5. It's from that company too.
Our new
that used to do the Brill cream back in the day.
No, I don't.
You know what Brill cream? It was like the 1960s. You know when you see those greasers in those old movies in the
You're asking me if I remember it from the 1960s. How old do you think I fucking am?
No, I'm talking about classic movies, like, you know, when the gangs are there and they're slicking back. Like,
name me one movie from the 60s that you think I've seen.
You haven't seen shit. You barely even know like what bands are from what era they are. Like, I give you classic rock shit that you never even heard of. Like, it's
I've seen The Sound of Music. That's from the 60s.
Oh, for God's sakes, shut up. The Sound of Music.
That's the only one I know from the 60s.
Anyway, I love you, man. Like, honestly, Drew, you make my day sometimes, because I know what the fact that like you have children, like you could manage that, but other things you have no clue about is actually it's a compliment to you. How good of a father you must be. Anyway, Sound of Music. Yeah. Everyone, oh, what a classic. Whatever. I don't care. Give me Carolina. Next game, what do we got? Giants and Bengals.
Giants hosting the Bengals. It is The Sound of Music. Whatever it's called.
It's horrible.
-3.5 Bengals road favorites. The Giants coming off their big win over the Seattle Seahawks. Public is on the Bengals, Cam. I will also be on Cincinnati. They're 1-4. Their offense is unstoppable so far this season. Their defense can't stop a nosebleed.
Defense, though. Giants, you know what? Let's talk about everybody now. Let's go back in the hot tub time machine. Daniel Jones, when you give him time, is actually an effective quarterback. If you put him on the right team, okay? Yes. Against Seattle, whose defense reeks, he knew when to run. He found 4th and 5th string receivers. He didn't make bad throws in that game. He threw the ball away when pressure. So all you fuckers that think Daniel Jones is some chump, he's not. It's all about the offensive line. It's about, and the play calling. The Giants finally did something right. Before it's force the ball into the stars with Neighbors. No, they had a backup running back and a bunch of scrubs, and they played a kick-ass game against. Hey, you can say one thing about Seattle. I know their defense sucks, but the Giants went on the road and won that game outright at 6.5-point dogs. And you know what? Daniel Jones, take a look at the statistics the last couple of games. He's not. Everyone rips on this guy. That's a guy that should go F off. Fuck everybody. Give me a break here. It's not. The Giants had one of the worst lines in the league.
Cam,
as well.
The issue is the Giants defense played very well the last 2 weeks. I don't think they have what it takes to play well against this Bengals offense.
Fine, but that's not on Daniel Jones.
No, I didn't say it was. I still like the Bengals because I just don't think the Giants can be able to stop them. I can't see the Giants scoring 30, which is what I think they need to score to cover this number. So give me the Bengals 34-24.
I'll take the Bengals too, but I'm kind of scared.
I'm not too scared. It's like,
Oh, okay.
If I lose money because the Giants beat the Bengals and the Bengals go to 1-5,
If the Giants cover,
I'll
you come
just
up
laugh
to me and
anyway.
say,
I'm
hey,
laughing at Joe Burrow being 1-5.
The Giants are playing pretty good football recently, so don't laugh at them, right?
No, but I'm going to say I'm going to laugh if I lose money on Daniel Jones beating the Bengals. To push
I
them to
won't.
105.
I'll cry because I'm taking Cincinnati with you, and I have major regrets already. Cincinnati,
well,
please.
You shouldn't take it then. All
Yeah,
right.
well, I don't want to also take. It's a tough game, as I said. These games, people are easy. Bengals gonna roll. I don't know about that. Like
Monday Night Football, Cam. Josh Allen and the Bills coming off back-to-back losses head to New York to take on the Jets on
this is painful.
in primetime. Salah has been fired, replaced. This is a tough spot for the Bills, Cam. I see like the public likes the Bills 65%, but Josh Allen has struggled in his career against New York. I would like it a lot better if Salah was still the head coach, Cam. Teams love to rally around the interim head coach. How do you feel about this one?
Sorry, I was just responding to a tweet about the Panthers. Jets defense is good. I'll take Buffalo. Drew, I hate to say this, like
I'm
I
taking
want
the Jets
Buffalo to
game.
win. The Jets is the play, isn't it?
I'm
not?
taking the Jets to win this game outright.
I'll take. You know what? The Jets are going to win this game. I'm with you. I was just trying to like. Is Buffalo
This is
gonna
classic
lose
Bills
again?
game where they shit the bed mid-season and they'll come back strong the last 7 weeks of the year. This is just they're in their usual rut, and everyone's going to be off them. Oh, they're 3-3. The sky's falling. Blah blah blah. I can just see it happening. Game. And Josh Allen only has 12 touchdowns in 11 career games against the Jets, and 11 interceptions. Like he just doesn't play well against these guys, and it's in New York. We saw last year on primetime in New York what happened. He threw 3 picks. Like it's just, yeah, I got to take the Jets here, Cam.
Yes, I'm on the Jets, and I don't like it.
I mean, yeah, would it shock you if Aaron Rodgers lays another egg? No, but it's so many injuries in the.
You know what
Bills
the best
side.
is too? It's one of those old media moves, like oh, Aaron Rodgers has a sprained ankle, but he's going to be okay. Like I think they're trying. And I'm going to tell you one thing about Rodgers, and you know this, and people like get off my nuts here because this is fact. I've been watching this guy for a while. Nobody is better at exaggerating injuries than Aaron Rodgers. He's actually a master of it. He is not as hurt as everyone thinks. Even though he's crawling around, doing the Ric Flair, the wrestling move, ooh, my back and whatever. Remember, this guy's also he's cunning. And a lot of that stuff, he'll be ready to go against the Bills. He might get smoked during the game, but I think he'll be ready to go. Don't you?
Yeah, and especially because this is essentially for the division. Like the winner of this game is leading the division at 3-3. And everyone who says we hate Aaron Rodgers, I don't hate the guy. He's one of the best quarterbacks of our generation. He's just too old now. That's all. I
Just got your text, hopping in the shower, doing okay. So I guess that's my phone's picking up messages 2 hours late. Great.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what happens when you have a Galaxy 8. Aren't they on number 26 right now?
Probably. Same era as that.
Maybe if I had a parlay and not have the Seahawks in a 12 game. I actually had a teaser, Drew. 12 banger. Again, why do I do 12 game teasers? Like that's another dumb thing to do. Like, why don't you just make it 5 or 6?
Yes, Cam. It's just you like the large payout. You like seeing that bing cha-ching at the end of it. It gets us all. It's the same as the anytime
Teasers are
TV
good,
parlays.
but it's bad news when like I didn't put San Fran in it. That's the beautiful thing. I took Arizona in it on the teaser. That's 14 and a half.
All right, let's get to our best bets of the week, Cam. Our mineral picks. We're gonna hit them all.
Isn't it amazing how our own teams, like friends that we've been loyal to, fuck us in the end? We're teams that don't even like even Carolina. Like I guess I'm a closet Carolina fan because they're such losers.
You just love bad teams. That's what I've learned over the years. Like teams that suck coming in the year, you're like, I think they're a little scrappy. I think they can win a couple games. Like you're always that guy.
It works in baseball. Like I'm like the Tigers and like the Royals and stuff. But you're right. Like I do it too much. In hockey, it works too. Sometimes those dog teams can figure it out once in a while, right?
Yeah, Cam.
By the way, I need your hockey picks after we
the NHL returns
the
tonight,
show.
Cam. I love Utah -1.5 tonight. It's plus
so do I, but it's everyone's betting them. Like people are going to take Chicago. Like I don't care about Bedard and Chicago. Utah are the Phoenix Coyotes.
Book of Mormon, Cam. Give me the Mormons, the Utah Mormons -1.5.
I love them too, Drew. But I'm telling you, this could be a rude awakening with like an overtime win. I think they'll win their first game to get off on the right foot, but 1.5 is bold.
I might take them like -3.5. Anyways, let's get our best bets of the week, Cam.
I love this guy. Okay, what are we doing here?
I'll give you my bronze. My bronze is the Detroit Lions -3.5 in Dallas. I think they absolutely slaughter the Cowboys. Sorry, Cowboys fans. Detroit off a bye, that offense. I don't see Dallas stopping them. So give me Detroit -3.5 as my bronze.
Okay, can I just can you just look at some stuff while I go
I'll give you all three of mine while you're looking.
Yeah. I like this. What you new format after going 1-2 last week? You give me all your minerals, and I'll like load up my machine.
All right, my silver pick is the Pittsburgh Steelers -3 on the road in Vegas. I think it's going to be a Steelers crowd. This defense is too good for Aiden O'Connell to go up against. I know Justin Fields has been struggling. Raiders defense doesn't got it, really, besides Max Crosby. I think he's going to be fine. Give me the Pittsburgh Steelers to win this game by more than 3. And my gold, we're going back to Thursday. I've been the Thursday Whisperer, Cam. I think San Fran destroys your Seahawks. I'm sorry. I just think it's a bad spot coming off their big loss to Arizona. I think they come back angry, and they win by 10+. It's only 3. So give me San Francisco as my gold.
I'll take San Francisco as my bronze. I think they'll beat Seattle probably by a touchdown to 10. Give me Tennessee is my silver.
I almost did it too, Cam. I was like, I can't do it. I can't stop. You got to stop doing it.
You know what? I am going to do it. Carolina silver, Tennessee gold.
Oh, my God. He's crazy, everybody.
Remember, these picks can be switched by Thursday, but I'm telling you, Drew, like, how many people are going to bet Carolina? Do the books like it? No. But listen. Last week, they were actually a kind of a public dog. I knew a lot of people on them against the Bears. This is a totally different situation. And remember what they did to the Raiders? They fucked them up. I know it's the Raiders, but they went on the road. This is the Carolina game. Like, and if I'm wrong, oh God, I see this all ever. So annoying to people. They must want to just punch me in the face. No, I wouldn't be surprised if some guy saw me on the street and throws a baseball at my head.
Cam, the only thing I'll give you is it's a division game. Division games are always close.
And another thing is they're getting 6 at home.
I know.
Like they're getting 6 at home. You know what? If the game and also Atlanta's never on a fast carpet. What?
There might be more Atlanta fans there because it's not that far of a trek.
Who gives a shit? Like Atlanta, okay, Frank Falcon's going to travel. The problem with Carolina, why it's not like a smash game for me, is their owner might be trying to like fucking lose on purpose. He's like, it's like Major League. That's the problem. But you know what? Just lose by between 1 and 5. That's fine. I don't care. Give me 6. God, I wish I got 7 with this game, but I'll take it at 6.
I mean,
Silver,
you can buy the
Tennessee,
point. Not on the show.
Tennessee. Look at my picks. Oh God, I need help. Tennessee gold, Carolina silver. And who's bronze?
San Fran.
Yeah, I can't go against Seattle. I got to switch that game here. Give me something else.
All right, go with let's see what else. You liked Pittsburgh. You liked what else? Did
Denver.
You like?
Denver, I like, but I don't love.
Oh, you liked Washington +6.5 in Baltimore.
You know what? Give me Detroit as okay. Tennessee gold.
Yeah.
Detroit silver. Carolina bronze. Sorry, people. I know you guys people must watch this show and go, this guy is an absolute fucking stooge. But you know what? I'm going to go 2-1 or 3-0 this week. I feel it.
All right, let's recap your picks, Cam. So you're on San Fran on Thursday night, not as your bronze. I'll scratch that out. I have it as your bronze here.
Thank you.
Then you're on Jacksonville Jaguars. You're on the Washington Commanders against Baltimore. You're on the Patriots.
Slow down. Hold on. I got to scroll and make sure you're doing everything right. Sometimes you send me the emails and I don't think you're listening. Okay,
well, I'm listening, Cam. Don't worry. You're on the Browns +8.5 in Philly. You're on Tennessee as your silver, as your gold. You're on Arizona +5. You are on Tampa Bay -3. You're on
2.5. It's 2.5.
I got 3, Cam.
No, it's 2.5, Drew. I'm looking at it right now. Give me 2.5, and you get 2.5 too. That is the line.
Well, that's
like literally. I just refreshed it. It's 2.5. I'm on 4 sports books. 2.5, 2.5.
All right. Well,
it
changes mid-show then. That's fine.
Okay.
All right. Pittsburgh -3. You're on the Denver Broncos +3. You're on Detroit with me as your silver -3.5. You are on the Carolina Panthers as your bronze +6. You are on the Cincinnati Bengals -3.5, and you are on the New York Jets with me +2.5.
I feel good, Drew. Drew, I think we're gonna have a big week.
I don't know, Cam. We'll see. I am on San Fran as my gold on Thursday Night Football. Jacksonville, Baltimore at home, New England, Philadelphia, Tennessee, Green Bay, Tampa Bay, Pittsburgh as my silver, the Chargers, Detroit as my bronze, Atlanta, Cincinnati, and the Jets. Cam, it's going to be a good week. You're right.
I feel
it's
good
Thanksgiving
about it.
in Canada. All these Canadians watching, it's Thanksgiving. You got any tips?
Well, not for us. I work on Monday, but enjoy your Thanksgiving with your family.
It's for Sunday. I'll have turkey with my beets on Sunday while I'm watching football.
I'm actually, because my dad at the retirement home, they get turkey and ham. So you know what? I'm going to do something smart. I'm going to do something like original. I'm going to go like seafood and like a prime rib, like something that's not on the Thanksgiving menu, like a prime rib mashed potato. Of course I am. I cook for my girlfriend. I do it all, Drew.
I can't picture you cooking seafood. What kind of seafood are we talking?
Maybe shrimp Alfredo.
Oh, all right. Fair enough. I do like.
So I told you, you gave me the meats. I cooked the meats, and now you're questioning if I can cook.
Seafood, though. Seafood's a whole different breed.
it's easy to cook seafood. Like with scallops, you just don't make them rubbery. You got to be on top. I'm not going to say I'm like watching the TV game after 30 beers and go, how are those scallops doing? No, you can't be drunk or fucking stoned. Like with seafood, you got to be on point. Other shit goes into an oven and you can fall asleep for a while and set the timer. Right?
Cam, the Italian in me, seafood pasta, I love it. When you got like
That's
all the oysters, the mussels, the shrimp, everything mixed in.
Fettuccine Alfredo with shrimps, Drew. And you know what I might do? I might even, like, if we win a bet, maybe add some scallops. I'll get a big bag of scallops for $30.
Scallops. Yeah, you get the
like
the
mussels
bag of frozen,
too?
The frozen ones. That's all the mixed bag. You pour it in. Oh yeah, that's the good shit.
A mixed bag? No, again, Drew. That's the $5 chum from the bottom of the ocean. I'm talking about real scallops of the size of hockey pucks.
I understand.
We got to hit some winners.
I'm just saying you could do that. You're going to an old folks home. They don't need good quality. They don't know any better. Their taste buds are gone.
I love that. Hey, introducing manager of the facility, Drew Livingstone. Hey guys, I got an idea. Craft dinner, skipjack tuna, ramen. How's that sound? Saving money, hosing old people out of their savings. Drew.
I'm going to be like Brett Favre, just stealing money.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, I was building a volleyball facility. It's like, dude, that guy's actually, he might be sick though in real life.
He is. We shouldn't.
Hey, that's what happens when you take, like, dude, you're going to be coming to see me in the hospital, all the hits I've been taking when I was younger.
Well, you need a bigger septic pen or whatever the hell it's called to deal with that.
I was actually talking about concussions instead of cuts, but yeah, you're right.
Well, whatever. Maybe you shove it up your nose and stop that one. I don't know. Whatever. All right, Cam. That does it for our Tuesday.
I feel sorry for your child right now. Godspeed.
Yeah.
No, actually, I will say this. Drew is a good father. You might.
I just like to have fun. That's all it is.
Oh, hockey. Right. Okay, give me another hockey picks. Like, I know it's a show. You can edit it out and we'll put up there. So Utah minus one. No, how about Boston, Florida over with the goaltending? Over 5.5. A little opposite pick.
So I like the Seattle Kraken under, and I do like the Kraken to win the game outright. Boston and the over. Yeah. I like Florida to lose at home with their banner raising ceremony. I like that. And then I like Utah minus 1.5.
Drew, I love your picks. I'm on every game. Like, I'm on the over in Boston. I wasn't sure about the Blues and Kraken, but under 5.5 makes sense, don't you think? And then we'll take 100%. Utah. I'm going to take Utah on a parlay and regulation win. I'm not trusting the 1.5, but it's good.
And Cam, if you want a little sprinkle, Barrett Hayden over points. His over 0.5 is plus 180.
Hayden?
Yeah.
You remember that Canadian folk singer Hayden? No, you obviously don't know that guy if you don't know any movies or anything. Okay. Anyway, we're not going to get into it.
Hang on. I'm going to Google it now. Canadian.
His name is Hayden. Yeah, he's sung that movie. Have you seen the movie Trees Lounge with Steve Buscemi as he's a drunk at the bar?
What the fuck is Trees Lounge?
Oh, anyway, I don't want to get into this. Like, right.
Paul Hayden, who records at Hayden, is from Thornhill, Ontario.
He's from the East Coast.
His last album was released in 1995. Yeah, I've never heard of this guy.
Anyway, let's not talk about that. It's just, who cares? Good luck with the picks. What? He kind of looks like, you're right. He looks like some guy we know.
Like an actor. I can't put my finger
on it.
No.
He does. I've seen the guy before because he opened up for some band. Anyway.
All right. Everyone drop your favorite Canadian folk singer Hayden song in the comments.
I don't know. I don't like, I'm not saying he's Cam's my favorite Canadian singer.
You said it. It's Cam's favorite guy. He loves them.
I want to stick a puck in your fucking face right.
All right. We will see you back here on Thursday for our new picks.
Oh, yeah, no. Tell the people, Drew. The props have been going good, right? Yes. And we'll come up with touchdown parlays and whatever. Drew's got everything cooking in the cauldron with the muscles.
Yes. Yeah.
And the cheap shit that he buys, the $4.99 bag.
Hey, you got two kids. You got a good value menu now.
You're right, actually.
That's the way it is. Yeah. I'm not as frugal as you, Mr. Moneybags. Okay. Please click like. Please click subscribe. Please rate and review on all audio platforms. We will see you on Thursday for our pick updates, Cam's new cuts, and the pick switches. Whatever. We'll have some fun. See you, everybody.
This has been Drew and Stu. Follow Drew at Producer Drew and Cam at Cam Stewart Live. May the winners be yours and all of the best bets hit.